In 1992, on a home shopping network, they had this bad boy listed. I think it was $50. So here's a young man right here, way back when, with his first credit card. And oh my gosh, Superman's coming back. Signed by Jerry Ordway, the artist. 845 out of 10,000 copies. There's only 10,000 of these. Oh my gosh, I got to pay $50 for this. And I did, and plus shipping. And it came, and oh my gosh, it's still in the bag, and I haven't cracked it, and it must be worth $10 now. Superman, Death of Superman. Polybag, still in the black bag, not opened. At the time, there was people lining up along the blocks. It sold 6 million copies. People were going to put their kids through college with that issue. It was going to be worth thousands. Actually, the Platinum Edition isn't doing too bad, but again, that's a $10 to $20 comic book. Did well for DC, don't get me wrong. They made tons of cash. But this is the danger of speculation. Once something is hyped, like if I hear about it and it's on the news, it's too late. So I would argue the same thing happens with today's video channels. Like if I'm coming on and oh my gosh, this comic's really making some moves and it's now up to $20, $30, $40. From what I've found from doing this series, it's too late. The spec plays I've already listed, like none of them have moved. The only movement they've done is down, like for example, that stupid Mystic 15 with the first unofficial Harry Potter appearance, this tiny little spot there in the bar scene, and yeah, that went from about 100 to about a 50 if you're lucky. It should be a $5 comic. So everything else, spec-wise, I mean, like Star Wars The High Republic #1, cover A still $25, $30 book. So it's held value. There's a lot of 9.8s out there. And as I said, people are going to buy like 100 of those things, right? So you're not going to run out of supply for that. But if you bought it for cover, you're doing okay. And that's the thing. A lot of people did buy it for cover, and they bought 50 or 60 of them. So Amazing Spider-Man 55. Surprisingly, still holding out to about, $35 on eBay. But again, hasn't really moved. They've had second and third prints, and they'll probably have a rainbow edition here at some point. But, again, if I bought it for cover, I'm doing good. If I didn't buy it for cover, if I waited to hear about it from somewhere online or wherever, it's too late. So that's what I'm finding. I want to warn people about, this hype. Don't believe the hype. There you go. So that was the whole point of my channel here, was spec versus rec. So let's go over some of the recs. See if I've done any better. So my first one was Hellblazer 256. First appearance to Epiphany Greaves. At the time, I think it was listed about $15, $16 near mint on eBay. Still about that, to be honest. Hasn't really budged. Incredibly low print run of 11,000. Epiphany Greaves is a controversial character. Some Hellblazer fans love her, some hate her. She's the one that sort of, first there was the age gap. Secondly, she actually got married to John Constantine. Who should marry? Should he ever be married, or is he just supposed to stay eternally single and young? So anyways, I know there's been some news about the J.J. Abrams HBO Max reboot. Guy Bolton attached to write the new Hellblazer. So will it happen? Probably. I think John's a popular enough character that he'll get another kick at the cat here. So will Epiphany Greaves be there? No idea. I wish she would make an appearance, because that would be kind of cool. But we'll see which way they go. But again, that one's a more of a long shot, but I think that could go from like a $15 to a $75 comic in a heartbeat. My second pick was Astro City #1 by Image. As you saw from my original video, I picked it up on eBay, $10 plus a couple extra comics. That one's done well. That's probably $40-ish on eBay now. So yeah, that one surprisingly hit it out of the park with that one. But again, there's not too many of them out there. It's, well, in Near Mint Plus there's not. And again, this whole thing with speculation and value is totally condition. Condition is the prime factor. If you can get any of these with plastic around them that say 9.8, yeah, you'll be doing well. Lobo #1 from the miniseries from 1990, November. Still, yeah, I got it for 10. I would say most of them are 15. Hasn't really hit, but I really think it's a matter of time before Lobo hits the big screen. That'll be pretty cool. I'm excited about that. So, but again, it's a fantastic Simon Beasley cover, guys. It's a fun series too. So I think if $10-15, if you see that one and it's in like that near mint, sure, I would do it. But you spend your money however you want to spend your money. Fourth one. This is the one I really did well on, and I'm surprised that. Yeah, Tim Drake just doesn't get the love. Let's be honest here. Like it was all about Jason Todd for the longest time, but no, Tim Drake will have his day. Batman 436, that flashback to Tim Drake and his parents. I bought 5 copies on red, first printing, for $25. All of them are near mint, so I would easily say 9.4, 9.6, maybe even a 9.8 in there somewhere. So with Titans Season 3 coming, you're getting a little buzz about Timothy Drake making an appearance. So those are $4.36 for like a near mint. Probably 20, 25, or even more dollars now on eBay. So happy to see that. That was a really good spec. Good job, me. X-Men 143 was my next one. Nothing special about this one except that Chris Claremont and John Byrne didn't get sued by Ridley, by the makers of Alien there, Ridley Scott. So still, $20 book. Again, these classic X-Men's, if they don't have like a key appearance or something like that, I think they still will rise. Like it'll be a slow rise as the tide with the X-Men entering into the MCU begins. You'll get some appreciation there. The one I really wanted to pull the trigger on was that X-Men 129. If you remember during that video, if you're watching, I was showcasing a listing for an X-Men 129 Very Fine Plus for what was that, $200 or $250 Canadian, I think. First appearance, Catherine Kitty Pryde. First appearance of the White Queen, Emma Frost. That was a double whammy. VF Plus, $250. That's the one I wish I had pulled the trigger on, because that's now like an $800 book. But I doubt my jaw was literally hanging down when I first saw that listing. It was like, yeah, hindsight, right? So anyway, but it did violate my spec rules. I want to keep it 25, or my rec rules, $25 or less, way out of that league. But that was a book I knew if something was going to go up, that particular issue was going to hit. And with all the X-Men hype lately, yeah, it's hit. Then did like a family battle between the Hexes, and I know the Ginny Hex special #1 is not going to go anywhere except down. That's fine. I still like it. I paid cover price for my 2 copies. totally cool with it. Happy to have it. And it's got that lovely Nick Darrington cover. Next one I did February 5th was Mystic 15 versus Future State Wonder Woman #1 cover A. Mystic 15 can go back to the dollar bins, and it will. Okay, maybe it won't. Maybe it'll probably halt out at about a $20 book. But that's an unofficial appearance of Harry Potter. Means nothing. Future State #1, Wonder Woman #1. A lot of people are divided on Future State. Doesn't get the love or it might deserve or doesn't deserve. I don't know. There was some good stuff that came out of it. I would say Yara Floor is probably one of the best things to come out of there. The Ram v Swamp Thing, good as well. That's been good. So, it's like any new events. You're going to have little bits and pieces that stick and a lot that doesn't. But I'm really happy to see that that cover A is getting a little bit of love there. At the time, I could pick it up on eBay for $10. I have 2 copies of that, by the way. Now it's about, $20 book. Maybe in your area you can find it for less. But yeah, if despite the argument about Yara Flor's first cameo, that is her first full appearance. And so that's why it's relevant. Next, I did February 10th, Amazing Spider-Man 231, classic John Romita cover. Again, it was, a $12 to $20 book. It's still a $12 to $20 book. But these Jim Shooter era Spider-Mans, even the ones pre-McFarlane and the black suit, I mean, this is so nostalgic for a lot of us. Like that Cobra cover is iconic. That's so many of us remember going to the newsstand and seeing that. It's so striking and cool. So if you could find this one in really good condition, like a near mint, yeah, definitely worthwhile dropping $20 on. Is it going to go through the roof? No. I mean, there's no first appearances. There's no big major events. It's just a cool Spider-Man story. I just wanted to reflect that, you've got a good character during a good era for him, a good time. Even if there's no keys or anything, it's still, there's going to be love for these types of books. So, next one, I got so excited over my House of Mystery Volume 2 #1, rising in value to $50. It's gone down a little bit since then, not enough for me to drop the trigger and actually buy it. But no, it's still good to see. I put up House of Mystery Volume 2 #20 with that beautiful Mike Kaluga's story, Spellbound, and Sturgis also wrote. That's always going to be a $2.50 buy. It's $2-3, quite honestly, unless somebody goes out and adapts that Spellbound story, and they should, because it's a really cool story. But unless you get in like a horror anthology or something like that, I can't see that making its way to the dollar bin. What I should have, and I'm kicking myself for this, what I should have put on there was Elvira's House of Mystery, specifically #5, with that little bit of the swing bondage. That would have been the book to speculate on. I did wind up in the weeks after that picking that up from my local comic shop. I have all the Elvira's House of Mystery, and I picked that one up again just because it was in really great condition. $8. That, if you can find, like, Elvira's a loved character. She's still, even Dynamite did Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. They're just ending that, I think, at issue 12 now, but it just goes to show you, like, this was from the 80s, mid-80s. Elvira's House of Mystery, yeah. I think was around 85, 86. Like, so you're talking 35 years ago. And she's still, like Cassandra Peterson, still in the public eye. Yeah, so if you could get any of these old Elvira's House of Mysteries that are in like really good shape for $10 or less, yeah, do it, man. It's fun, right? That was kind of the end of my official spec I kind of went on to my manga kick here, and I'm going to keep going on my manga kick because I'm worried about modern comics, the Western comics. There's the price, the fact they're like $4.99 at least nowadays. Yeah, I know Image still has $3.99, but it's a lot of money. And plus, okay, go on YouTube. Go on YouTube. Look for I don't know, comic discussion or something. Like, hey, how many of these presenters are guys? Right? Most. How many of them are older? How many young men or young ladies do you see talking about these comic books? Yeah, sure, you can find a few, but the majority, they're going to be old guys like me. It's the nostalgia play, right? So what you're seeing now, like with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and you've got like your 40-year-olds kind of, they've come in and I want to go back to the time of my youth. And it's the same reason, like I said before, like I love Neil Adams, because I was a little kid when I was reading that. So it's fun to pick it up and see the pictures and the stories again, right? So, but how many kids are reading comics these days? Like I'm talking like 10, 11, 12, up to 15, 16. Not a lot. They're playing games. There's a reason why that Batman Fortnite did so bloody well. Good marketing, by the way. But again, speaking of the death of Superman, again, is it a great story? No. No, and I don't even have to read it. I can tell you the story's crap, but it doesn't matter. It's got those codes, right? So if you want to sell books, that's the way to sell books. But my worry is that where's the nostalgia play 20 years from now? Right? There is none. The kids aren't reading comics anymore. So what they are reading is the manga. And you'll be surprised how many young ladies are reading the manga as well. So I think from a speculative play, have a look at that. Think of that. But if you just like to read, like I do, I'm actually looking forward to reading One Punch Man. I'm looking forward to reading Konosuba. There's some like Chainsaw Man. I want to pick that up too. It looks kind of cool. Like, these are things. Do I want to read the next Batman? Me. Miracle Molly? Me. I bought it. I bought one. I wouldn't mind reading Wonder Girl. That looks kind of fun, but it's, how much can you beat these characters to death? Like, how many Spider-Man stories do you got to do? How many this, that, and yes, you expand it. So you have like the Robins, you have Venom, Ned Leeds, and you have, you expand that storytelling, but you're in that defined area, right? So whereas manga, can you think of a slice of life comic right now, like let's say a teenage romance slice of life comic, DC Image, Boom, name any Western company you want. No. There's a gazillion manga out there about that. So, and this is, I think, where the big advantage is. It's the freedom to go pick from any genre, tell any story. Kind of interesting. So, yeah, give it a shot. Those are my thoughts anyway. So, anyways, I'll let you guys go. And thanks so much for watching, all 18 people. I'm not in this for profit and money. Let's put it that way. I just wanted to see how I could do to test my mettle. I think I've done all right. It's like I'm happy to have those Batman 436s. Happy to pick up that Image #1 there, the Astro City. So I got some good stuff out of this. I enjoyed the Future State Wonder Woman #1. So Hellblazer 256, that run of Hook, the 256, 57, 58. Still say that's a great little run there. I know a lot of people don't like Pete Milligan, but hey, I enjoyed it. What can I say? So anyway, again, thanks for watching, and I'll get you guys a review of One Punch Man. And if you haven't seen One Punch Man yet, and you have Netflix, watch season 1. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye-bye.